Well, hello, and welcome back, Subsistenites. This is the Snowfall challenge. The counter is registering day 9, and as I mentioned, it counts the first day as day 0. So, in terms of the number of days I've been in the game, this will actually be my 10th day. So I think we need to see this day out. I might, just for the sake of clearing up any arguments, just bring you back for a very short look at the end after I've sat the night out, and we'll hopefully see that counter click over to day 10. But I will consider at the end of this day that I will have done the 10 days. So let's get started. And so here we are on a rather snowy morning. Like I say, I don't bother recording the nights simply because there is nothing to see. I just have to sit and feed the fire overnight. It's too cold to go out and do any looting, and it would make for a pretty boring recording. So in the last episode I asked if anybody had any ideas about how we could go out with a bang once the 10 days was over and we were confident we'd completed the challenge. Nobody actually suggested anything that I could be doing, so as it looks like it's going to be, we might even have a storm. The clouds are getting a lot thicker, but it's certainly going to be a rather cold day. Obviously we are now in the thick of January. Just top this fire up. We're doing okay. I've got some protein left from yesterday's activities. We could have a berry just to top that up. We won't have any protein yet. I'd like to eat the liver first, so we want the protein to get down to 60% or so before I do that. I'm sure that'll happen fairly quickly. So I think we'll go and do our usual routine. And run around and check the traps. Do need to get a little bit more wood, just to make sure we've got enough. But I'll do that haphazardly as we're running around. Nothing in the traps. So yeah, we can see it's -4 even with the boots on. We're not going to be able to go very far, which is a bit of a shame. It's getting a bit foggy now. I was looking at the map overnight, and you can see the area that we have managed to range to. Not a huge area, except when we went up for the cougars. But there's this big dark patch here, and I thought if the cold will allow it, I'll just wander out that way, just to uncover that bit of the map. Oh dear, we're not off to a good start, are we? So one of the comments, I can't remember how I pronounced your name last time, and please forgive me if I pronounced it wrong. I think it's Akatami. Not sure if that's how you pronounce it. Said, why don't I just place like a patrol route of fires, and then I can run from fire to fire. And that is quite a valid point, and I did actually consider that fairly early on in the game, and that's how I came up with the idea for doing the cougar run and taking fires with me. So I think that's what I'm going to do today, seeing as we're losing health already. It's getting pretty cold, but I need to pick somewhere that I'm going to be fairly confident is safe from roaming animals. Yeah, this weather is closing in badly. Simply because when you need to use the fire, you're probably going to be low on health. You're probably going to be out of stamina and possibly even protein. And the last thing you want to do is put yourself in a position where you have to just sit and look at a fire. We get this flat somewhere. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I can, not because I need to. Clearly, you know, I've come out, I've wandered up to somewhere where I didn't really need to go, and I just wanted to open up that bit of the map, which, yeah, a little bit now. But this is definitely one way you could do it. The problem is the fires don't last very long, and you know, obviously if you're going to have a ring of fires, then they're going to burn out as you're wandering around. You're going to have to relight them every time you get to them, and obviously they're going to decay, and then you've got to repair them and so forth, so on. So it kind of, I don't think it's really a method. It's a good method in an emergency, but I don't think it's really a viable method for you know, a daily routine of this is how I'm going to do it today kind of thing. So you can see I'm stood on the fire. It's 0 degrees, and got to keep my eye open like that wolf is wandering over. Now I'm not on a platform. And you say, well, just put a platform down, put the fire on the platform, but then you'd end up with platforms all over the map, and I really didn't want to do that. Again, I don't think there's any reason you couldn't do that. It's just something I chose not to do. So this is going to be one of those days where I can do very little. By the look of it, snowstorm has drawn in. We've had these days before. Sometimes they last for 2 days. So not a lot I can do in this kind of weather. I will use this fire to get my health back up, and then we're going to have to run back to the what we might laughably call the main base. But I just thought I'd show you that this is one way. Place a fire here, and you could run over there and place a fire, and so forth and so on. You could have like a patrol route that you could go around, grab animals and things, but if you were completely out of protein and unable to find any, that would be one method. Okay, so our health is back up. We know there's a wolf, can't remember exactly, but somewhere over that way. So I'm not going to go and open the rest of the bit of the map up. We'll just take a sort of a curved route back. And luckily, because we did have plenty of protein on us, I can run pretty much all the way. Okay, there's a wolf, but I want that crate. Oh, okay, I don't want that crate. The black wolves aren't too much of a problem because you can see them, but the white wolves, they are really nasty, especially in a snowstorm like this. You just don't see them, and I can't really even hear them because this storm is so loud. I'm kind of having to talk over the top of it. So if a wolf growled at me, I probably wouldn't hear him. There's a wolf down there. Oh, this is nasty. So I think I'll just grab some wood while we're passing, and we've got a little bit of health. Put those up. Might as well eat them before they go off. Also does help with my stamina a little bit. Stamina builds faster if you're well fed. Oh, done that one already. So yeah, keeping an eye on my health. You see it's dropping fast. -8 now, so Okay, back to this fire. So again, like the other day, I apologise for it being a somewhat boring episode. But as you see, at -8, even with the boots and the best gear I can make, can't stay out for long. And it's saying it's 1 degree by the fire, so we should be okay here. We're good down to -1.2. Now I think the fire gives you +10 degrees, as long as you're not wet. Obviously the fire would dry you out, but I think initially when you're wet it takes 4 degrees off the ambient. But if we ignore that complication for a minute, if I'm good to -1.2, then I think stood by a fire, as long as the ambient temperature doesn't drop below sort of -11, we should be okay. But it's not going to make very interesting entertainment for you. So what I'll do is I'll sit here and feed the fire while this is going on. Hopefully this afternoon this will blow over, and we'll be able to go out and maybe find some more rabbits. But there's no point in you sitting here with me drinking coffee by a warm fire. So I'll bring you back in a few minutes. Well, welcome back. It is easing off a little bit. It's about midday, I think, and I see the temperature has risen now to 7 degrees, which is going to make it about -3 when I leave the fire. Wolf friend down there is getting ever so close. I've been just sitting here topping the fire up, and you can see I'm running out of wood, although obviously I do have a couple of fuel bricks. So I thought, as it's warmed up, there's a crate over there. Go and grab that crate and get some more wood, and it'll either clear up and get much better, or it'll start again and get much worse. Don't know which it's going to be. We'll see. So I just thought we'd come and try and find this crate. Hello. Oh, that's a locked crate. That's not a lot of good to us. Looked like an ammo crate from where I was. Okay, let's grab some of these trees. It's saying it's -1 here, which is right on the edge of what we can manage. We are still cold. Yeah, looks like the sun has come out. The storm has blown past. 0 degrees now, so we're good here. Again, just going to check the traps. Nothing. Don't want to bore you with wood chopping, but fortunately I need it to keep the fire in, so... Sure if that's another wolf. That's our level 1 friend that was wandering over. And the snow's starting again. That's not what we want, is it? think that's the level 1 that we could see from the platform. And we're cold again. Okay, let's have a quick wander over the side of the lake. See if we can find any small game. See a crate up there. That's a builder crate. So. Ooh, hello. And another wolf. Yeah, I'm not too worried about the builder crate. Don't think there'll be much in there that we want. I did just hear a chicken. No, maybe not. So the sun's starting to go down. It's cooling off. Not overly worried about protein. I don't need to do any long runs now. Only out at the moment really just to see what's about, and another lock crate. Because I don't want to just sit on the fire all day, that would be extremely boring. But not a lot happening out here, is there? Have that ammo crate. Hmm. 44 rounds. Not much good to me. Another crate spawned there. Definitely have a survival crate. Not really what I needed, was it? Protein bars would have been better. Can't see anything else. Okay, well, we'll go and cook up our rabbit for supper, and I think it's going to be another cold night. We can make another fuel brick, so I'll do that. I don't need the cordage, so might as well make something useful out of it. Yeah, so that wasn't a very exciting day, but with this weather, I'm afraid there's not a lot I can do. That was the locked crate over there, wasn't it? Sure, that was the one we went to visit. That turned out to be a locked crate. So we'll just cook this up, and then I'll bring you back in the morning. Hopefully the counter will have ticked over by then. Want to make sure that there's no controversy over, whether or not I did the 10 days for a 10-day challenge. So, yeah, not much more I can do today. Well, welcome back. It's the morning after. The sun is just rising. It's reading 7 degrees by the fire, so I'm guessing it's still a little bit cold out and about. I believe that is still the locked crate that we had there yesterday. I've been sort of watching it overnight, and I'm pretty sure it didn't despawn, which is interesting because normally they don't hang around for a long time. So we might go and check it out just in case the lock crate despawned and I didn't notice, and that might be another crate. Now I think this should be day 10. Obviously I haven't exited the game, so I don't know whether the counter has clicked round yet. I will do that in a minute. Have this first. Oh, nice. Make another shotgun shell. And we have breakfast. Lovely. And we're okay. We might as well. And we're going to need some more, aren't we? There was a white wolf creeping around over here overnight, so I want to be a little bit careful. And see where he went. Wasn't the lock crate here? Or am I in the wrong place? Maybe it was further over. Ah, interesting. So it looks like as long as you keep it in view, it doesn't despawn, but as soon as you take your eye off it... we'll go back to the platform in a minute, and there's the white wolf. And just check to see whether he can still see it there. Need the medicinal. Oh, I see a deer. That would be good breakfast. Oh, don't walk away. Hit the tree. It was worth a try. Yeah, I don't think I really need any more nails, do I? But it looks like it's going to be chicken for breakfast today. Oh, didn't see that one quite in time. It's funny, after such a stormy day yesterday, looks like it's going to be a beautiful day today. Be careful of the wolves. I think there were at least one roaming around here somewhere. Yeah, there he is. Okay, I think this will be the last check on the traps, and then we'll check the day count, cook up some breakfast, and we'll see whether we need to do a little bit longer or not. I don't think we do. Yeah, so I think that crate was over there, if I remember correctly. So that's interesting. Oops. And the fibre and the sticks I made just to replace the fire starters, just in case, kind of like an emergency. And the rest we can use, make another fuel brick. So I'm just going to cook up some breakfast, and we'll check on the day count. Lovely. Okay, so only way to check on the day count is to exit the game. So I will exit, we'll save it first, exit to the menu, click on solo game, and there we go. So day 10, death 0, and you can see the statistics there. So I'm happy to call that a success. We survived the 10-day challenge. This is day 10, so you could argue that I need to see this day out also. But because it counts the first day that you exist in the world as day 0, obviously that's the first day, so I count that as day 1. But even if you don't, even if you want to go with the counter there, and I need to see out the rest of this day, you can see that I'm in a good place. I'm still able to go out and forage. I'm happy to call that completed. So I think at that point I need to end this little challenge series. I really hope you've enjoyed seeing the struggle and how I do it. Maybe it's given you some hints and tips and ideas, ways that you could either improve your gameplay or complete the challenge if you're silly enough to try it. But it's been a lot of fun, and I've really enjoyed reading your comments and having you along with me. So thank you very much for your time and your attentiveness and your comments and your likes, and indeed any new subs that have come along during the course of this little series. I will see you on the next one. Meanwhile, look after yourselves, look after each other, and stay safe. And I'll see you soon. Bye.